Everyone, how's it all going? Hope we're doing all well. In this video, I just kind of wanted to break down how I went from a 17-year-old college dropout and quit my 9 to 5 sales job in London to pursue an online business, even though I was at $0 at the time. And, being able to build a multiple six-figure company, take my clients out in London, travel to Dubai, take my team out right now in Marrakesh retreat, just to scheme the next kind of phase within our company when it comes to client success and acquisition. And truly build the life that I really, really, truly want to live. Where at the end of the day, when payments roll in now from clients, it's not like a surprise anymore. It's just like, oh, okay, another human being that we can help, another solution that another problem that we can solve with our solution, and able to authentically. And I don't want to. This video isn't meant to be like, oh, look at me, I'm so amazing. I've got a long, long way to go. I'm only 19 years old. I still have a lot to learn in this entrepreneurship game, which I'm truly excited for. But I know there's a lot of people who watch me who are in a less position for me. So if you are doing better than me, don't watch this video unless you want to know about my story. But if you think that you're probably doing less than me, then this would probably be a cool video to watch, because I'm going to break down the mindset and how you can actually make a huge transition in your life, stay consistent, and truly get results, right? So if we bring it back to around 20, I don't know what year it was. I don't keep up with the years at this point or the days, but I was around 17 years old. And throughout my life, when I was 16, 15, I'd always be looking at ways to generate not even just online income, but my own boss, kind of like, make my own money and don't have to listen to a boss or whatever. And I realized early on in my childhood, and especially in school, that I didn't really take instructions well, or I didn't really listen too well. And any of my schoolmates can account for that. But that was the reality. I wasn't that guy, right? Like if a teacher told me to do something, or I was instructed by an elder to do something, I would just get very angry. I just want it my way. And I think that now, looking back, is obviously why I'm now an entrepreneur or whatever, because I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own money. I want to be in control. I want to make decisions. I want to have stress. I want to have all these things. So I always knew from an early age that something was different with me, right? And I know a lot of people say that, but I really do believe that no one is born special. Everybody's born the same, but it's the belief that makes you different, right? So for example, if I was just me, if I was looking back at 16, 17-year-old me, trying a few businesses, nothing was really coming off, trying like different stocks, affiliate marketing, all this kind of stuff, I was no different to anyone else who works a regular 9 to 5, other than that the belief that I was different. If that makes sense, right? I wasn't saying that I was born by God up in the sky a little bit differently since birth, to get to the point where I am now. Got a long way to go. But it was the belief that probably allowed me to see a different vision, right? Whereas like 95% of population go for that more, right? 98, 99%, have that regular 9 to 5, and only 1%, 0.1% pursue an online business and become semi-successful within it, right? So that's why I'm saying like different, right? Because in this online business world, it's very easy to think that everybody runs an online business, but when you actually look into the real world, like this is still a very, very small sub-segment of the world, right? So it's definitely a belief thing. So when I was around 16, 17 years old, trying different multiple businesses, nothing was popping off, but I knew that I was trying, right? Whereas other people didn't really try. Came to an age when I was around 18, where I was in college doing a course that I knew wasn't going to take me anywhere. I didn't like the course. I didn't like anything within it. And I was pretty stressed looking at different things I could do. I decided that I wanted to go into sales. I knew I could speak really well. I knew I could speak pretty fast, pretty influential towards people. I understood people very well. And I wanted to utilize those skills in a sales opportunity, because I knew that I wasn't capped at the income I could make, right? So for me, that was a taste of being in control of my income, right? Because I wasn't, with a wage job, you are just capped at that wage, right? You are essentially a commodity within the system. Whereas when you have some sort of like sales commission job, there's no cap to how much you can make. It's just based on your performance. If you perform well, you can make 5, 10K, right? I slowly realized that the company you work for plays a huge role in your success, because the product, their trainings, etc. So I around 17 years old, I dropped out of college, right? And I went into a 9 to 5 sales job in London. Okay, I was working 9 to 5. Actually, in fact, I was working 9 to 6. It was crazy. 9 to 6. I don't know why they had that extra hour, but yeah, that killed me for sure. So I was working 9 to 6 in London, a sales job, and I slowly realized that I hate this, and I couldn't quite believe that life could potentially be this bad, right? Because obviously like a 9 to 5 is just what everybody kind of has to do. That's the harsh reality of the world. But I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like I really, really dislike this. So myself and my business partner, Harvey Warner, you may know him or you may have seen his channel. We're always trying businesses together. And around this age, this is where we were getting really, really serious because I was in my sales job. I had my sales job. He was in his college course and he did like his college course. So we were looking at different online businesses to start. We started various different online businesses, all failed, of course, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, all this type of stuff. And then when we were running a marketing agency, and we started that around June or July of 2022, I believe. Yeah, but I 2022, I believe, yeah, or 2020. No, yeah, 2022. Um, this is where we realized that this model was really, really scalable because we were building a portfolio for ourselves, right? Whereas with the other business models, the reason why I believe now, looking back, that we didn't pursue them so much is because what truly are we, right? Like with dropshipping, what are we, right? We're like a middleman. We're behind the scenes. We have no portfolio. We can go out of business overnight. Amazon FBA is exactly the same. We're an affiliate for another company. Affiliate marketing, we're an affiliate for another company. All these business models had no longevity. They just had zero longevity. I didn't care. You can make a quick buck and you can make a quick hustle, but you will not sustain, right? You know, will not scale as well. Whereas with the agency model, we slowly started realizing that, oh, we can build a real brand and portfolio here that's going to allow us to exist for the next decade within online business. So we started pursuing that. I found about the business model by Grant Cardone. Usually people are like, oh, I came from Iman Gadzi. I came from Iman Gadzi's videos. I was a little bit different. Obviously, I discovered Iman on my path, but I was influenced by Grant Cardone. He went on a show called Undercover Billionaire, and his essential job was to build a $1 billion company in the space of like 90 days, stripped away his name, put him in a random town, and he essentially started a social media marketing agency and scaled it ridiculous, and the company's still really, really thriving today. And I was looking at what he was doing, and I thought I could do that, right? All he was doing was going into businesses and said, hey, look, I'll take care of your social media marketing for a direct service fee. Right. So whether this was like at the time I was thinking, okay, this could be like $400 a month. If I was working with 10 clients at $400 a month, that's like $4,000 a month. I'd be able to live out in Thailand. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking very small, $4,000 a month. That's all I wanted. Okay. And then we slowly started doing that. And we slowly started working the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life. And it was a switch between being like quite like, not like a lazy kid, being more creative than hardworking, right? I was always in life, I always got by because I was smarter and I was more creative opposed to being genuinely hardworking, right? So allowing my creativity to kind of have to meet with hard work, right? But I never really know what that was truly like before. So it was hard for me to mold into that kind of person that could go and build the business. So I was waking up at 5:30 a.m. every single day to write personalized first lines because, my favorite YouTuber told me to do that. No disrespect to him, good guy, but it wasn't the right path. So we were doing that. We're doing personalized first lines 5:30 a.m. every single day for months and months and months. We signed a few Facebook ad clients. We're doing around 4K in revenue, and I realized how like shit this is. Like I literally was like, okay, so I've kind of achieved my goal. Revenue, there was like zero profit. Media buy was so expensive. Had to ultimately then hire personalized line writer. I can't remember lead sources, softwares. It was ridiculous. We were making no profit, and I realized like I don't think this will sustain, right? Because again, similar back to with the Facebook ad model with no personal brand, we were kind of just doing like what dropshipping kind of is. Right, in the sense that we were kind of the middleman. We had no brand, we had no portfolio. So we decided to do something that we enjoyed. And this was a content agency. So we pivoted into more of a social media kind of content, short form, long form, editing, scripts, social media strategies for clients. And we actually pivoted from local businesses and e-commerce brands to coaches, consultants, course creators, and also a few companies that came into us inbound and from referrals. So this included injury law firm company, plumbing company, solar company, yeah, I can't remember. So, software company, and then a ton of coaches, consultants, and I'm working with a few of them now, right? So, yeah, so we pivoted into that, and we found success extremely fast, getting over to 15K a month. And the reason why we found success so fast is because the market was just like so in its primal state. Like the short form offer at the time was like we had this strategy that we went for, and it was just working extremely well. Like it was working absolutely ridiculously well. I was waking up to genuinely 2 to 3 appointments per day. Like the volume was absolutely crazy because we had an outreach strategy that was absolutely killing it. It was a new offer at the time, and yeah, we were able to find immense success. Right, 15K cash over, crazy stuff, right? At the time, because I was like, oh shit, this is like my first money online. I've essentially gone from like a 4K revenue dying business to like 15K pretty like 12K pretty solid profit, right? So it was crazy. It was absolutely immense. And yeah, and then we started going, and then I think we noticed within the market that, oh, like, okay, this is a good offer, we're building a portfolio, but what stops that guy from a third world country from doing the same service delivery as us, right? Just editing a short and sending it over to the client. And it slowly started to get really saturated, to a point where we then decided we need to pivot this. Not pivot, but add, right? Add mechanisms, be different, right? So we decided to kind of add client acquisition onto the content offer, right? And this was working even better because we were in a market where we instantly kind of changed from like just editing reels to actually providing a ton of ROI for our clients. We were building out communities, we were implementing setters, we were running, various different campaigns through content as well. And this allowed us to charge a little bit more high ticket, right? So I actually enjoyed this business a little bit more, even though the delivery was a little bit more complex, right? Because with my short form agency, I had like at the time, like, 10, 15 clients, all on like not too high ticket. There was a few high ticket here and there. There's a few that are obviously churned 2 to 3 months. But it was really painful. It was the most painful business to run because I was working with so many clients. I had so many editors in the Slack channel. It was ridiculous. We had to hire an account manager. And I was like, I just want to charge more high ticket work with specific clients. Yeah, so that's what we did, right? And then that offer was becoming not saturated, but a little bit more popular because I was going online, I was talking about it a ton, and everyone was kind of like copying my strategies, obviously, because I was teaching it. That's fair enough. So we decided to pivot again into what we have now, right? Which is a growth partnership offer for any online service business owner, right? Which is an offer where we come into the business, we partner one-on-one, we implement done for you systems, and we help companies scale. And I love it, right? Because we can charge like, not like, you know, we can charge high ticket. We could, add MRR on the back end. Delivery so much easier. I love the clients I work with. I have such a great relationship with them. The pricing model makes sense for me and the client. I'm not charging them 2.5K every single month, meaning that if they were to work with me for 10 months, they'd spend 25 grand. That's ridiculous. I don't really believe in the regular retainer model too much because it just doesn't make sense in my head. It's like, okay, if I want to work with a client for a year, they're going to have to pay me 30 grand. It's just not going to happen. You need to get all the lifetime value up front. So we pivoted to that. And that's where we are now. We're growing this company. And, recently, 2 months ago, I went out to Dubai with my business partner, which was always our dream, going out to Dubai, just seeing the world, having gone on jet skis and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really cool. Now we're here in Marrakesh with the team to scheme out the next kind of phase within our business, like I said, which has been super cool. Quad bikes, and everything. It's been super sick. But that's essentially my journey. And obviously, upon that journey, I've done other things like network with different individuals in the space. You know, build like a decent like YouTube brand and Instagram brand. And yeah, I can't wait to teach you all of that, whether you partner with me one-on-one or just through my YouTube free content. Getting a few insights here and there. Not all the value though. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. I hope you found a ton of inspiration from this story. So I essentially came from just a normal hometown in England, very, very normal life. And yeah, pretty much put everything on the line when I was making zero, hustled every single day. And yeah, this is where I am now. So a long, long way to go, but the missions go well, the missions go correct, and yeah, we'll keep working out every single day. So if you are interested in partnering with myself and my business partner one-on-one and implementing done for you solutions, then you can book a call with a cool link below. And yeah, follow me over on Instagram, and yeah, we'll talk soon.